Hi there, gorgeous, and a very happy Save Money September to you. If you have not heard, where you been? Every single video coming out the entire month of September is drugstore themed, so if you'd like to be notified of new ones like this in the future, please subscribe, and thank you so much in advance if you do. Today I'm sharing the top selling, best rated NARS makeup products with you and their drugstore dupes. And quite honestly, a lot of the dupes, if not all of them actually, are much better than the original NARS makeup products. I'm not even fooling with you, and to prove it, I did a wear test side by side with the dupes and the NARS makeup products, so you can see for yourself at the end of this video what I'm talking about. But if you've been eyeing any of these best sellers from NARS, you can save a little bit of money and get better performing products on top of that. First best-selling, top-rated NARS makeup product is their Climax Mascara, and you can find a drugstore dupe for this in Maybelline's line with their Rocket Volume Express. Now, the wands are not identical between these two, and you can see that very clearly here, but the formula is pretty much dead on accurate. It's a rather thick formula. It's not thin. It applies great, but I feel like the Maybelline mascara actually applies a little bit better than the NARS mascara. The NARS one does give me a little bit of trouble, and I find that I have to layer it a lot more than I do the Maybelline mascara to get the same look on my lashes. For me personally, the NARS Climax mascara does not last that long on my eyes. It tends to flake, and I have a ton of fallout underneath my eyes by the end of the day. But with the Maybelline version, while it's not waterproof, if your eyes do get wet, it will run. It does not flake and it won't smudge around your eyes like the NARS one will. Next best-selling, top-rated NARS product I have to share with you is their Radiant Creamy Concealer, and it is highly comparable to Maybelline's Fit Me Concealer. Now for this video, I did get the mini size version of the NARS concealer because I already know that it's one that I don't like. So that's why it's smaller than the Maybelline tube, but the full size NARS concealer is a little bit bigger than the Maybelline Fit Me concealer that I'm showing you here. But you can see in the side-by-side application, there is no difference between these two. You get the same amount of beautiful coverage and the results are flawless under the eyes. What I will tell you again is that the reason I don't like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is because it does not last that long on me. It ends up creasing and looking terrible by the end of the day, whereas the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, I have never had a problem with it. It wears so well. We're talking upwards of 16 hours. So in this case, the dupe way far outperforms the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Another one of their best rated makeup products that you can find an extremely affordable dupe for is their Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. And you can find a dupe for this with e.l.f.'s BB Cream. With e.l.f.'s BB Cream, you're given almost 1 ounce compared to the NARS Tinted Moisturizer where you're getting almost 2 ounces. But even if you were to go and buy 2 of the e.l.f. BB creams, you're still saving money compared to buying that full size of the NARS Tinted Moisturizer. And you can see side by side here, there is no difference between the two in terms of application, finish, coverage, simply flawless on the skin. And they're both so lightweight. They're very comfortable when it's hot and humid, or when you want your skin to look like skin, you don't want to look like you're wearing a mask. Both of these products perform beautifully in that respect. So if you're looking for something that's a lot less and that will last, because the e.l.f. BB cream will last as long as the NARS Tinted Moisturizer, you will not regret this purchase. Another one of NARS's cult favorite best-selling products is their Laguna bronzer. Now I will make a note to you here real quickly before I show you the comparison between it and the dupe. The Laguna bronzer is much too dark for me, personally. Its dupe that I'm getting ready to show you came in 3 different shades. So I picked the lightest shade so that I could wear it, you know, in the future and not just for this video. So it's not exact, but the deeper you go in the shade with this dupe, the closer you match the Laguna bronzer. So I just wanted to say that up front. Again, I'm showing you a mini size because it was available. Could save some money to make this video. You can find a dupe for it with NYX's matte bronzer. The shade that I'm showing you here from NYX is light, but they do, like I said, make 2 other shades. what you'll find with the NYX Matte Bronzer is that it is much more pigmented and easier to apply than the NARS Laguna Bronzer. At least that was my experience with it. And obviously I like the color a lot better with the NYX one compared to NARS's Laguna because it's not really a color that's made for my skin tone. But if this is one you have been eyeing, check out the NYX line, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed in it. We cannot make a video on the top selling NARS makeup products without mentioning this next one, and you can probably guess which one that is. The NARS Orgasm Blush. This is a highly dupeable blush, thank goodness, and one of their best sellers. And you can find a dupe for it from Milani in the shade Dolce Pink. What makes this NARS blush so attractive is that it's a pink base with a gold highlighter mixed in. And it's one of those universal shades that looks great across so many different skin tones. And the same can be said about the Milani shade. The Milani one is a little bit more pigmented than the NARS blush. At least that's how I experienced it. Milani's blushes are still some of my most favorite formulas that you can find in the drugstore, so you will not be disappointed in these whatsoever. Another blush that is really popular from the NARS line is one of their multiple sticks, again in the shade Orgasm. This is simply a cream version of the powder blush that I just shared with you. And I've shared this dupe before a long time ago, but I'm going to reiterate it again since we're talking about NARS in this video. So for the NARS Multiple Orgasm Blush Stick, you can find a dupe for it from Wet n Wild's line with their Mega Glow Makeup Stick in the shade Peach Bums. Again, what you'll find with the Wet n Wild Cream Stick Blush is that it's much more pigmented than the NARS one, so a little bit goes a long way. And this is one that I have not even gotten close to using up, even though I use it much more often than my NARS Multiple Stick. Simply beautiful results on the skin, and again, a very flattering combination across many different skin tones. For lips, I have 3 different NARS makeup products to share with you. When I was doing the research for this video, I found out that there were 3 top formulas from them and then 3 really popular shades. So the first one is part of their Powermatte lip pigment line in the shade American Woman, and you can find a dupe for this from a company called Atomic Makeup NYC in the shade Rumble. Believe it or not, you can probably see it on camera here. The Atomic Makeup shade is much more pigmented, creamy, and smooth compared to the NARS Powermatte lip pigment, and that's saying a lot coming from me because I love the NARS Powermatte formula, but this Atomic makeup product really blew me away, and the color was identical between these two. And the wear time? Okay, well, I'm not going to spoil it. You have to wait till the end of the video, but so hard for me not to say it. Okay, anyway, moving on. The next really popular lipstick from the NARS line is part of their Audacious lipstick line, and this is the shade Anita, and you can find a dupe for it from NYX's line in the shade Root Beer Float. With this dupe, I'm not sure if you'll be able to pick up the difference on camera, but I wanted to mention it. The NYX shade is not as pigmented as the NARS shade, and it's not as rich, creamy, smooth as the NARS shade. So there is a formula difference here, but the color match is pretty spot on between these two. So if you like the shade of Anita, but you don't want to spend that amount of money to get it, NYX has got a really great dupe for you right here. And the last lip product I wanted to share with you is one that is almost a match. It's an honorable mention, one that I wanted to include as part of this video because I feel like the dupe is better than the NARS product. And that NARS product I'm talking about is their Velvet Matte Lip Pencil, and this is specifically in the shade Dolce Vita. Its dupe can be found in Ulta Beauty's new Velvet Matte Lip Crayons in the shade Rose Quartz. Again, not an exact shade match here, but what I noticed with the Ulta pencil is that it is everything that you would expect out of the NARS pencil, but you don't get. The NARS pencil starts out really great when you first get it, but the second that you break it or you have to resharpen it, all of a sudden the quality changes in these pencils and it becomes rather disappointing, and the pigment is nowhere near as strong. Whereas with the Ulta pencils, these are so creamy and smooth and soft on the lips, everything, again, that you would want from the NARS lipstick pencil. And the color is so close and the price is so much better with the Ulta pencils that I would absolutely recommend those pencils. They're fabulous. That's what I'm wearing in today's video. If you've been curious about what's on my lips, it's that Ulta Beauty Rose Quartz lip pencil that I just talked about. So to show you the wear test of all of the dupes compared to the NARS side, this is what my face looked like at the end of an 8-hour day. And you can already tell, if you look closely, that NARS concealer wore horribly compared to Maybelline's side. The NARS mascara, again, didn't wear well compared to Maybelline's side. I liked the NYX matte bronzer much more than the NARS Laguna bronzer. And look at the lips. Look at how well that Atomic Makeup Liquid Lipstick held up to the NARS Powermatte lipstick. That right there in itself speaks volumes about how much better dupes can be compared to the original high-end makeup products. So if you've been looking to try any of these NARS products, don't waste your money, because you can find dupes that perform better and save money while you're doing it. Who doesn't love that? If you want to reference this video in the future, I'll have all these products listed for you below in the description box. Feel free to share with your friends who may be interested in NARS makeup but don't want to spend that price tag. You really don't have to. And I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you again for another video in Save Money September.